Hey, welcome, all my right thinkers. Thanks for tuning in to check out your boy, P. Fall, thinking right out here in the lab and working with the Book of Wisdom. And what I'm seeing is all the wise men who are hoodies. So I got my hoodie on today. I'm doing my hoodie thing, looking at the cobra, the pharaoh. But this is gonna be a good lesson today. We in the book. We're gonna wrap up the chakras and the symbolism and show you that it's everywhere. Let's go. Rightisms, 25 rules to live by. Storytelling, story with a message. There's a message in my stories for life. I give you life lessons. You tune in and receive them. I appreciate you. We got a good thing going. Let's do what we do. Right thinking mission is to enlighten, inspire, educate, and motivate you, the individual, to a higher spiritual level of enlightenment. Right thinking way of life through mental and spiritual discipline practice daily will help and guide you to obtain your goal of reaching spiritual enlightenment, aka know thyself. My mission that all right thinkers know thyself. If you're a right thinker, your goal is to know thyself. See where we're going with this? Let's get there together. So I asked the question, do you know you? We're on through. It's rhetorical, but that's, if you don't have the answer for yourself, tune in. I got you. A person who knows not that they know not is foolish. Disregard them. A person who knows not and knows that they know not is simple, but you can teach them. That's why I do what I do for you. Appreciate you too. Stay tuned. I got more for you. A person who knows not and believe and think that they know is dangerous. Avoid them. I do. A person who knows and knows not that they know is spiritually asleep. I can awaken them on the spiritual alarm clock here to wake you up with knowledge of self. That's what I do for you. A person who knows and knows that they know is wise. Follow them. All these persons reside in you. Right thinkers know thyself. And two, might I be true. Ooh-wee, boy, this book is tough. I'm about to break down. I did the first half of my last lesson on this side. I'm going to break all this information down. I did this, I gave you that. Now I'm going to give you the breakdown of the chakras, what they represent, symbolically, what they mean. And I'm going to take it and introduce you to my favorite, the triangle, okay, the three forms that make God. And you know this guy, they call him the Baphomet. He's not the devil. He ain't all that. Let me break that down for you. And see all these signs down here? Those are all your logos. And according to the chakras, they all like to get your attention with red, orange, yellow. Let's talk about it. This is going to be some fun. I'm having fun with this thing here. Let's talk about the chakras. Let's talk about that first. You got the higher the three chakras, the 4th, 5th, and 6th chakra, the 4th, 5th, 6th, and 7th degree in masonry. But you got the 3 high degrees, and they represent, man, I got the wrong glasses on, excuse me. I can't see jack. Frank Fred Sanford, I got to take full of glasses. All right, that's a little bit better. All right, here we go. Oh, man, that's too funny. All right, but the higher 3 chakras. They represent the elevated state of consciousness. I mean, you're gaining knowledge of self, the whole idea. And where the mind no longer what manifests physical desires of your lower nature. Instead, now it becomes spiritually disciplined and focused on spiritual growth, getting the better, higher understanding and awareness of oneself from a spiritual and mental aspect. To know God is to serve and worship Him in earnest daily. But in this state, now your mind engages in daily practices such as, you ready? Fasting, meditating, astral projection, energy healing, and my favorite, okay, awakening the third eye. And another one, conserving your sexual energy, semen retention, to activate your kundalini, the serpent, of the soul, and the mind will develop a stronger connection with who? Allowing your mind now to manifest whatever the soul truly wills. You can manifest what they tell you. I can do all things through what? Through Christ who strengthened me. That's the concept that the Egyptians had a long time ago, and the Indians with the chakra concept. So it ain't nothing new, but it worked. That's the concept. If it works, use it. Don't care who originated from. Nah, if it works, it's good. Because I take a little bit of stuff from everybody. That's why I call myself spiritual gumbo. I got everybody's spiritual philosophy all mixed in. That's why. And I understand that. So now, we just did the top 3 chakras. Okay? I love this book. See how they got the bracket right here? We just talked about them. Now, if you're not enlightened, this is what you strive for. This is going to sound more like you if you're not enlightened. And don't take it personal. It just means that you got to get to work. Watch this. They're telling you your lower three chakras, Master Mason with 3 degrees, that's the lower chakras. Your lower states of consciousness, meaning one identifies primarily with the ego, aka your physical body. The ego runs the physical body when it's ignorant, placing what? Matter over mind. It should be mind over matter. The ignorant put matter first. Physical world, the world we live in, that's the concept. Understand this. This is good stuff. But now, in this state of mind, both the mind and the body operate in what they call survival mode. First thing, fight or flight. Second thing, third thing is ego. So you on a lower level, you ain't getting nothing done in your life. That's what they telling you. Watch this. I'm gonna just read it for you. Watch this. And I'm going with this from my own understanding. I don't pre-read this. I don't proofread the lesson. Why? I'm loving the fact that I can just go through this, and as I go along, I just add lib to it. But I know all of this. So he just making it easy for me. I love this. So that's why I'm just loving this book. I can actually teach from this book. That's what I'm doing. Moving on. So Book of what wisdom is a bad book. Okay. And you operate in the third lower degrees, you operate in survival mode. The world, the dog eat dog. Everybody hustling. Everybody trying to get other. Gotta get better. Gotta do more. Gotta get more. That's what the ignorant people live on. The rat, the hamster wheel. The matrix, y'all call it. Y'all know a whole bunch of stuff, but y'all really don't really understand it. Y'all talk a good one. But really understanding the symbolism, understanding and getting the message now that you are enlightened. Now you know truth. You know a bunch of hearsay, a bunch of stuff you like, and no, get the truth. It don't deviate, it don't change. Moving on. And you get past your what? Now your meaning actions are driven purely on that level for bodily pleasures of the flesh. The carnal side. They tell you, in the Bible tell you all that, but everybody philosophically said different. This is their perspective from India. This ain't even Egyptians. That's what I'm saying. This ain't my stuff. I understand it. Why? Because we got philosophical concepts, the same thing. But for an example of this is what? Eating whenever your stomach rumbles. I'm hungry. Why? Stomach is rumbling. I don't eat 3 meals a day. Ain't no way I'm not doing that. 2 tops. 1, I'm good. Why? I know how to fast. I know how to go without. Moving on, another lesson. Again, self-mastery, all these things you have to have lined up to do to reach that level. If you ain't got these things taken care of, that's where you're still at this lower level. That's the idea. And what's this? Rumbling, or you releasing your sexual fluid. I gotta get mine, man. I'm horny. I gotta get it. Okay. Those are all ignorant people thought concepts. Whenever the urge arises. Hell, that can be every few hours. Come on, man. You can't live. Animals, that's called the beastly nature of instinct. If everything that thing get hard, you want to have sex, you're going to have problems. You got to control that. You got to put that, some discipline. That's all it takes. Discipline, self-discipline. We call it spiritual discipline. But this level of consciousness, if you live in that, manifests in what? A reality of what? Your struggle. You're struggling to stay alive, and your limitations. You often describe as hell. You catching hell. See? Why? Because you're living in a lower state of mind. You're still in a lower state of understanding and consciousness. I'm living in heaven. Why? I vibrate on a higher level. I'm Haru. I'm up in there flying, looking down at y'all. If I decide I want to come down and be part of the ignorant generation, I swoop on down. And guess what? Y'all get on my nerve, I just go on up out of there. That's being able to what? Descend and ascend. A lot of people can't ascend. They just descended. They ain't going nowhere. That's what I'm trying to help you to ascend. In the Bible, got to keep a biblical thing up here. I ain't got a problem with that, right? Watch this. It says in Deuteronomy 20, verse 17. Completely, now this is funny to me. Completely destroy them. Who? The Hittites, the Amorites, the Canaanites, the Perizzites, the Hivites, the Jebusites, as the Lord your God, Yahweh, has commanded you. I've been doing God a long time. And we have been doing God a long time. And then the Egyptian concept, no, I let that go. I ain't gonna go there because he did. So no, I get it. You just stick to the lesson. I ain't going there. This is his lesson, not mine. All right, but again, The Lord gave that commandment. So God, according to y'all in the book of Deuteronomy, supposedly ordered the Canaanites, the Amorites, the Hittites to all be destroyed. But as we know, they were murderers, okay? Something God does not command of any man. So the Canaanites and the Amorites and the Hittites symbolize, there you go, the symbolism behind that. There you go. Wait a minute, something right here. All right, here we go. This symbolizes what the Amorites, the Canaanites, Amorites, and Hittites, they all symbolizes man's living on his lower nature. There you go. AKA Sodom and Gomorrah, to be more relevant. But as they were depicted as cannibals and murderers. So they had to be dealt with accordingly. Death to all sinners. God didn't give a crap. If you ain't worshiping me, death to you. So I get the concept. Remember where we had a philosophy based on something like that. But moving on. But this is all symbolical. And why? Because the symbolism behind it, this the Bible's thing, but you have to understand. The symbolism behind him telling them that, watch, is what? This is symbolic of destroying one's lower animalistic beastly nature and turning toward what? Your higher spiritual self, aka God. You see me pointing up, that's higher. And the Baphomet, perfect. I'm the Baphomet right here. As above, so below. My left hand's pointing to here. And they tell you in the Bible, then they tell Jesus being a fisherman, be a fisher of men. And he said what? Cast your net to the right side. For y'all probably think you in the boat, you fishing, and you cast your net to the right side of the boat. Let me help you out with that. That's what this is for my Christian people. He's saying, okay, the right hemisphere of the brain is where God can be connected to. That's what he got all creative aspects and concept of the brain. I'll break that down, come out to you in a minute. But that's what he's trying to tell you. Not go out and throw your net to the right side of the boat. It's use the right hemisphere of the brain. What's this? So, where you at? Wait, limitation. Okay. And what happens when you're over here? Where was that? Where's the doing around me? Turn it toward high spirit. Now, when you're doing the right thing, living right, you're being what? Blessed. So it keeps you what? Motivate you to keep doing that. To do something and not get rewarded for it don't make much sense. So why do people who live right seem to be all right? The people who do other get material things. If you want material things, this is the right place for it. And that's called having what they call an unbalanced chakra system. When you overusing, when you doing too much stuff, down here, unbalanced chakras, they all supposed to line up. And you hit each one, ding, 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 as you're going up from the bottom to the top. And if they are overused or used incorrectly, and your energy centers, that's what they are, this will result in what we call unbalanced chakras, in which will happen. This will block the flow of the energy. The serpent can't go. I seen a Chinese guy tell his student, he put the rock in the middle of the pond. As they were going, he blocked the flow of the road. He said, so that's like you move the rock? So that makes real sense. So blocking your energy center is what having your chakras out of line, not following the laws of nature, doing the right thing. Because if you're living right, the Kundalini will flow. That's what keeps it flowing, righteousness. And it's called the electro from your chakras, which block the flow of the energy center within. It's called the electromagnetic field, the internal body, the astral body of the body. And this leads to what? Lower frequency, as you are pulling too much energy out of your higher field. So, for example, if you are over sexually active, now you are abusing your sacral chakra. That's the number 2. That's the sexual one. When you're overusing it, that's what happens. It weakens your field. So your sacral chakra, which weakens the field, so your flow won't flow. You'll be stuck there at that level. Well, all you want to do is zoom, zoom, and boom, boom. You know some people like that? Let's talk about the Baphomet. I want to get that point out there. So the casting the net to the right side, you're getting to God. We're about to play the back. This is all symbols. Everything here is symbolic. Everything about him is symbolic. He don't exist. He just a bunch of symbols come together to show you the symbolism. Okay, let me break it down for you. Hope you get a better understanding. But before we do that, let's talk about the pyramids. Okay, triangle. The upright triangle is pyramid is considered the masculine. When we say masculine, we think man. Okay, that's fine, but it means masculine meaning forceful. Okay, the downward meaning female, reciprocate. Okay, he gives, she receives. See where we're going with that? And together, what you got? Ding, 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 ding. God, right there. They tell you. They call Israel. Okay, they play the game with you, the mind game or the word game. Is ISIS. El, God, Ra, God. Again, Israel, three people in one, the Trinity of God. They play the game with you, and it's all symbolical. That's all I want to make you see that. And you see, oh, y'all see that? That's the Star of David. No, it's the union between male and female becoming one. See? When you got the symbolism and you're reading it wrong because you think it means this, like most people, you hear amen, that means so more to be. No, it don't. It means the hidden one. So again, we can make stuff whatever we want. And when people fall to understand it, they ain't got to know where it comes from, know what it means. They just go with the flow. That's all. When you don't know no better, yeah, I mean so more to be. No, we don't. Okay, I just want to let you know that. Again, I just give you information. What you do with it is on you. Talk about now the female aspect, the downward pyramid. Up is the male. Put them together, you connect them, that's called God. Masculine, feminine, together creates L. That's God. Okay? And the Baphomet, let's talk about him now. This guy, again, he's all symbol. He's symbols everywhere. Dr. Caduceus in his lap, and if you look at him, he got one female breast and one male chest. He's the goat. Now the goat is the animal, the beast in nature. And when we see that goat, we know that's the animal nature. Okay? Beastly nature. That's all. And again, all symbolism. And guess what? You see the mark of the forehead. He's conscious. You know, he got the light. He's enlightened. He got the horn. He got all that. Oh, and more important, the wings. Okay? Wings mean he can ascend. Wings mean angels. For the Christians, y'all, all angels have wings. Okay? Cherubims, the wings. So everything is pretty much, that means ascension, symbolic. This is all esoteric symbolism. Once you understand the symbols, oh, you can see things and read things and say, oh, yeah. Put the glasses on. Okay, the glasses symbolism and recognize them. You start seeing things a little different. That's what my man Dick Gregory said, but he did it his way. All right. So the Baphomet, again, symbolism personified, okay, represents the dual nature of existence, okay, half male, half female. That's the dual nature. Sometimes break it down, hopefully. The Baphomet, or y'all call him the devil, okay, he has a goat's head. Beastly nature, okay? And that symbolizes the animalistic nature of man, of human. That's natural. It holds what? Its right hand representing what? The right hand, the path of what? Ascension. God. You see me pointing every time. Yeah. That representing God up high. The most high. Yeah, all that, whatever you want to call it. But it's all symbolism. He pointing. Now, while the left hand is pointing downward, okay? Higher nature, lower nature. As above, so below. Okay? That's what they're telling you. Don't make a difference. Your choice. You are the dictator of your destiny. It's always been that way. You're the decision maker with Maya. She represents the scale. You're the decision maker. She lets you know good, bad. Now, your decision. Right, wrong, your decision. Up, down, your decision. Again, you are responsible for everything you say and do in this physical body. Do you understand that part? You understand the words coming out of my mouth? Sorry about that. I don't know where that comes from. Stuff just pop up in your head sometimes. I understand that. All right, where we at? When you're pointing down, that's the lower nature. The Baphomet is, listen to me, the Baphomet is not a real entity. It's all symbolism in individual mindset. It is depicted as both what? Male and female, again. And it's representing the vision and the inner vision of God's creation. Us, individual. We are dual beings. Spirit and matter come together to make human. We're here to have the experience as human, to get our consciousness awakened as a human, and to go back home with conscious of self, knowledge of self. That's the age-old story. And for those who anything other than that, I don't know, but I like that one, so that's the one I tell. That's the one I roll with. If I'm wrong, yeah, I ain't got a problem with that. Yeah, when I sold drugs, I knew I was wrong. I got caught. Yeah, I took my pay, took my punishment like a man and moved on. If I judgment day, they said that right thing and stuff you talking, it sounds good, it's all good, but you was wrong. Okay, moving on. Next. Whatever I got to do. But it won't be me. Why? Because if I didn't get the light, I ain't going home. I'm going to die with my body and my spirit going to go on. That's the concept. So get conscious. Hedge the bet a little bit. If guess what? But if I was right, you don't know till you get there. But if you put the work in, it won't be a shock to the system. Why? Because I did what I thought was right. And no matter how the chips fall, I'm good. Simple. Right or wrong. I've been wrong before. Took it then, I can take it again. Moving on, man. Pretty sure I'm on the right side this time. All right. Knowledge is what not making the same mistake twice. I mean, you learn something from last time. Yeah, there you go. What not to do, sometimes what to do. If it's good, you continue to do that. If it's bad, don't do that. Doc, I went to the doctor and said, Doc, it hurt anytime I do that. Doc said, don't do that. All right, moving on. I'm wrapping up for you. Where we at? The Baphomet. Okay, that's all symbolism personified. But now it represents male, female, the individual of God's creation. He created us, what? Both male and female. The body would decide what the sex is when it comes out of the creation of male and female come together. Now, God is oneness. That means what? He is genderless, neither male or female or both. Okay? The spirit, they called ancient times Harut, that spirit is in us. They called the great He, She. Why? Because he's both male and female. Krishna, the God, the blue God, he's half male, half woman. Same thing. It's all symbolism. Okay, to show you that's what the Baphomet and the Caduceus, that's Aset and that going up to meet Asar here at the temple, right there. All it's still the sign for the medical. Still use it to the day. So the symbolism don't change. The understanding and message behind it is still just as powerful as it was when it first started. That was the concept. We're about to show you the colors and the chakras too in 1 minute. To show you the lower thinking. They don't have respect for ignorant people. I'm about to show you that 1 minute. Okay, God is oneness. And meaning that he's genderless or he's conscious. Spirit, life, consciousness. Being aware, knowing all. And also genderless, which signifies what? That we are a spark of God. What? Spirit and conscious, heart and mind. Put them together, you find God. I've been telling you that for the last 10 years. I'm about to pump it now. Why? We originate from the one that George tell you, everything comes from the one. All right, James knew about on the one. Bootsy tell you about the one. All right, I'm telling you, it's all on the one. And the one was this. And incarnate into what? Duality. The spirit is one. Conscious and spirit is one. When it incarnate into physical form, it becomes dual and gains what? Knowledge of the good and bad in the physical form. We need to know, like God, knowing what? Between the good and evil. The tree of life. Okay, it's the nervous system. In case you didn't get the last lesson, I broke that down for you also. This book got everything. Okay, let's go. Now, we talk about the chakras, okay? Now, the crown chakra is the only chakra that's located where? Outside the body. One lady kind of made me almost shocked. You get chakra, that's it, but you didn't tell it's outside the body. I always make a note that it's the top, it's the crown, it's covering, okay? It's the dome, but it's outside the physical body, and this is because, you want to know why it's outside the body? No, tell me. It is pure spirit, can't be contained, meaning it does not belong to the dualistic physical world. It is the one. See, they had clear understanding of that aspect. The spirit is the one. That's the one. It's conscious of itself. Now it becomes what? Two. That's us. The spirit and flesh. Watch this. It's somewhere in here, or maybe on the next page, but it's somewhere it tells us that. Okay. Now let's talk about the little kids. Okay. They think y'all kids. Kids love what? Colors, bright colors. Okay. What you see? These are all logos, right? Who leading the way? They got the names blotted out, but we know what they are. From what looking at them, we can tell just what they are. We all know the logos. Okay. McDonald's. Taco Bell, Pizza Hut, Burger King, Kentucky Fried Chicken, and Wendy's. All big, bright, red, orange, and yellow signs. Am I correct? These are facts that they play on y'all ignorance. What's this? In I'm a victim of it. I just know now to look, and you can see they've been doing this for a long time. What's this? The symbolism game. I'll wrap it up with this one. I'm taking it home. And you see right here, they showing you here the frequency meter. Okay, lower level, red, orange, and yellow. Ding, 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 ding. That's for y'all ignorant people, for kids who don't get no conscience, don't know nothing. And the chakras, remember, at 4, you come what? Conscious of what? Empathy, love, and compassion for others. 5, you speak and mock from the heart. 6, you become conscious of God and you will be in 1. 7, and when you get that level where you're living in the next realm of consciousness, the highest level you can have. That's why. And they lay it all out for you. And watch this. Notice how the majority of all your fast food restaurants, symbols. Let's talk symbols. And this is where the chakras is going to show you how much they just ain't chakras inside the body. This is the outward of the concept of the chakras with the colors. That's why they give you the colors. I want you to show the symbols are red, orange, and yellow. For a reason. Catchy. Little kids say, McDonald's, Wendy! They go crazy. When he's coming up, Kentucky Fried with the big thing. I forgot Burger King is in there too. He falling off for some reason. Ain't nobody dealing with the king no more. You done fall out. All right. But this is all ploys to get your attention, to draw your attention in, to lure you in. The ladies in the night, what they do? They dress in sexy lingerie to what? Lure you in. Because if you like that, then you coming in. Simple. So it's all the same, but it's all symbolic. But this is because, you know why? They understand the psychology behind it, and that 80%, right there, 80% of people's mindset and their desires are for what? Their lower 3 chakras, their lower natures. So that means their mind operate in their lower frequency, will be naturally attracted and drawn to the bright colors associated with those frequencies. You are what you are, and you attract what you are. And additionally, the so-called food that these restaurants provide, we call it fast food, people are stuck with the lower 3 chakras and reinforcing what they call the survival-based mindset. Gotta do, gotta get, gotta have, gotta go. That's all material stuff. You chase the materialistic stuff. Okay? And the word human comes from the word hue, H-U-E. They took the E off to put it with man. But it means what? An attribute of color. Of color. Hue is color. Man is colored man. Black. Each of us operate within what we call a specific frequency. The level that you operate on, how you think and what you react to, all those carry frequency. And I just showed you that little modular, and it's that little squiggly line. Okay. But it also got the chakra show you right next to it, and it got the rainbow. All this is part of the chakra system. All this is part of symbolism and understanding. When you study chakra, you get all this information. So now you know I ain't falling for the old flash a sign trick. Okay? I ain't a little kid. Like, oh, yeah. Candy. Yeah. Like little kids on Halloween. They lure you in with candy and stuff that they know you like. They playing you for suckers. 80% of y'all. Moving on. And that's what they think about you. All right? Now, this is the frequency within us. We all live and operate in a specific frequency. Now, at that frequency, it corresponds to a color within the electromagnetic light spectrum. I just showed you that. And the chakras in the body. All that plays a role. And we are in a tribute of what? A specific color. It is based on a certain frequency that our mind is set at. This is why we call it mindset. Who is set? The ego. Okay? And because our mind sets itself, if you don't control it, it will control you. Right there. If the mind ain't set, it will set itself. That's the ego self in control of what? Your mind, your mentality. And itself to what? Various frequencies. So it's all over the place. Up and down. Remember I talked about the snake? That's the ego. That's the unbalanced chakra system. Hope you got the lesson. I enjoyed this one. This one, you should understand a little more about the chakras and how they feel about you as a person who don't really know much outside of what their name. I'm J Fun. I want to imagine the yacht. The chakras is a great education tool. I hope you enjoyed the lesson. Now I'm about to take you over to. I'm just taking you through the book. This is going to be fun. I'll be right back. Right thinkers, in closing, may you all live to be 100. May 100 minds a day. So I know my right thinkers who started to learn a lot more than they know about the chakras that passed away. You should be familiar with chakras by now.